I can determine the slope or write the equation of a perpendicular line. All right, so perpendicular slope is the opposite reciprocal. So for example, if the slope of a line is 5, the perpendicular slope, that means perpendicular, is the reciprocal of 5, which is 1/5, and it's the opposite. So if this is positive, the perpendicular slope will be negative. Okay? It's the opposite reciprocal, so flip it, changes the sign. So before I can do this, find the equation of the line that passes through this point that's perpendicular to this line. I need to know what the slope of this line is. So I need to get it into y equals mx plus b to find the slope. I need to get y by itself, so I need to get rid of this negative x. So I'm going to add x. So I have 2y is equal to, I'm going to rewrite this as x plus 2. Okay. I need to get y by itself, so we're going to divide by 2. Divide everything by 2. So this is y equals, x divided by 2 is the same as 1/2 times x, and 2 divided by 2 is 1. Okay, so this is the slope of the original line. So the perpendicular slope would be the reciprocal, which is 2/1, so it's 2. And if this is positive, the perpendicular slope is negative. That's my new slope. And I know that this point goes through the line. So I know that the y value that works is -5. The m was -2, we just solved for that. And the x is 1. I need to find the y-intercept. If I add 2 to both sides, I have a -3. So my equation that's perpendicular and passes through 1, -5 has those attributes. Y equals -2x minus 3. Perpendicular slope, and that's the y-intercept. Okay. Next problem, a little bit easier. Find the equation that passes through this point, okay, and is perpendicular to this line. Well, this line, they already gave us the line in slope-intercept form. So my slope is -5. So that means my perpendicular slope is the reciprocal, 1/5, and the opposite sign. So if that was negative, the perpendicular slope is positive. So there's my slope. I know this is an x and a y that works for the equation. So y is equal to the perpendicular slope, which was 1/5, times x, which is 5, plus b. 1/5 times 5 is 1. So b is 1. I've got my y-intercept. I've got my perpendicular slope. Y equals 1/5 x plus 1. And there is the equation that's perpendicular to the given line, and it passes through 5, 2.